KCAA.
Feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best.
Welcome back, everybody. Happy Sunday. You're listening to Whatever Works on KCAA 1050 AM, Express 106.5 FM. I'm your host, Sam Works.
I'm Kyle Kerrigan.
And Jay Guevara.
Jay Guevara is here in the studio, guys. Give a round of applause to Jay Guevara. He was actually here, not last week.
Like the last broadcast of 2024.
Yes.
I was here.
Dang, that's crazy how you put it that way. That's true. The last podcast of 2024 on Whatever Works, you were here. So I'm glad you got to make it out so you can have your own little show, your own little program here for an hour. So thank you for coming, and thank you for the book you gave me. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to get anything today, so I appreciate that.
Hey, anytime, man.
Anytime. I was actually flipping through it. So just so the listeners are here, Jay wrote a poem book, right?
Yes, it's my third poetry book.
Your third poetry book, signed by his truly, no, by yours truly.
Yeah.
I was looking through it, and the one I really like, by the way, it's called Shifting the Stars, a collection of poems by Jay Guevara. Number 46 here, I read it through. I thought it was pretty good, dude. I like the way you put it all together. But is trauma bonding therapy?
Yeah.
That one with a J. Cole tribute?
Yeah, so in the book, there are a series of poems where I flip artists' catalogs. So in the specific poems, like I call it like a J. Cole tribute because I flip some of his album titles and song titles in the poem, and they're in bold, so that way people could actually catch the references.
Right.
And a really fun thing that helped me improve my poetry over the past 2 years is that, like, when I don't have topics to write about, like, I'll just listen to, like, someone's music, and then I'll look at, like, the catalog titles, and I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and piece, like, this album title here, like J. Cole's Forest Hill Drive, for example. Like, let's just stick to that poem. And then I'll look through that album and just read the song titles, and I'm like, okay, like, how can I include, like, apparently no role models, et cetera,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and just make that like its own story.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, it's been a very fun thing to really keep my mind going. And I actually first did it all the way back in 2020 during the early COVID days. So I flipped Patrice Rushen's catalog.
Oh.
And she acknowledged it on Twitter, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I love this. This is fantastic." And I was
I
like,
love Patrice Rushen.
"Oh, same."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Forget Me Nots.
yeah. Shoot, man, pizzazz.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, this is great. And then like other artists like commented on like tributes I did on social media, especially Cameron, right? So
Oh, nice.
like the last time I was here in December of 2023, like I talked to y'all about how I was laid off from a publishing company, right? That I was working with full time. And that poem was influenced not just by like that, but also like Cameron and Mace and their hustler mentality on how they built It Is What It Is along with the Come and Talk to Me network to be a major media platform, especially in modern media. So like seeing Cameron like drop mad fire emojis and share the story, share the poem on his IG, and then like people like hitting me up like, hey, I wasn't expecting to see you on Cameron's story. Like, this is crazy. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Like,
It is crazy.
It is crazy.
So like that's been fun. Shifting the Stars was really a poetry book that mostly focused on my experiences moving out from California. For the new listeners, I'm originally from Southside Richmond, Virginia, born and raised, the home of D'Angelo, Nicholas F. Guar, Mutant Academy, et cetera, but moved out here to the Inland Empire area of Southern California back in June of 2022. So these poems in Shifting the Stars truly reflects my maturation as an individual, as a worker, as a family man, at one point a stepdad, how I matured greater as a friend to my peoples back home in Virginia, along with establishing newer communities out here in Southern California, because that was a somewhat of a challenge for me for a little while as I was balancing personal things, different jobs, playing a stepdad role in the meantime, and just really trying to figure out who I am in this newer area, because I never lived anywhere else prior. Like, I traveled to a lot of different places, but never really lived anywhere, you
Right.
know? So, yeah, and funny enough, I have a poem from 2017 in the book, and I had to include it because it was a very dark poem. Like, I called it The Padded Room, like,
Okay.
originally. And the poem itself, like, it really talked about my times of feeling isolated, unwanted, because I felt like I was giving to, at a time, a community that didn't really like me, nor
Okay.
like, as I grew up, an outcast. Like, it just really reflected those feelings. And I remember somewhere along the lines at the ending of the poem, like, I was like, shoot, let me see if I could actually find it, because it was a really unique metaphor, but it was truly like a padded room, because I was like, oh, it's a 4-room with no windows. And, oh, actually, all right, I found it. So the last few lines, I was like, I find beauty in tragedy. I'm introspective, reflective. The collectives remain objective because I know how to feel isolated, hated, sedated, character assassinated. All of it pushed me to my epitome and uplifted me without being medicated. Everyone's storm is different. I have a light that can brighten any fog. That's why I persevere. I'm building my new home. This time, it'll have windows and people can visit. I finally uplifted this curse. So,
Okay.
like, that was a literal metaphor to just being in a padded room where you have no windows and you're driving yourself insane because of
Yeah.
very deleterious behaviors that I was putting myself through
Right.
or was just recovering from, you know? So, yeah, like, I thought that was a pretty cool addition. But the special thing about this book in particular is that I collaborated with not one, not two, not three, not 4, but 5 different clothing brands to help
Really?
support the release.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're all local?
So 2 of them are based in Southern California.
Okay.
One is actually with the Lion Like Mine State Collective with Judah One, who's
Oh, yeah.
the first Pomona Poet Laureate, and he's a great figure. He actually won the Lifetime Achievement Award
He
at
did.
the Only Empire Award Show.
Yeah,
for
that
his
was
major-
amazing.
His major contributions. Any poets, follow him on Instagram at Judah1, because he's actually organizing the poetry event for the LA County Fair that's going on in May through May through June. And he has a registration open for poets to attend.
Okay.
So, oh, sorry, like, the other guest is here.
Okay.
But, like,
We have a guest right here. Thank you,
yeah.
Joe.
But yeah. So with that, yeah. So the clothing brands, Judah One, Lion Like Mine State, and then Lavish Lifestyle, which I'm actually wearing the cap. And other guests that should be walking in, he'll actually be sitting down. He'll talk about the brand a little bit more. Two Virginia brands from my hometown of Richmond, Virginia, Means, which is a brand that amplifies Black voices and circulates around Black culture. And I'm actually wearing the Means family chain because they treated me like family throughout all the years that I've supported their brands and worked on various events with them. And then the other clothing brand from Virginia is What You Need, which I covered numerous times before. And then the fifth one is Grungy Gentleman,
Grungy Gentleman.
which is a high fashion New York based brand
Okay.
that worked with the likes of the MLS,
Oh.
that has placements on 2K, like the NBA 2K, and various clients like Tom Brady and Dwayne Wade and just various athletes. And they worked on many New York Fashion Week events
Okay.
with like my PR boss and whatnot. So, and Jace is a great guy. He's the founder and I believe co-founder, but I'll just say he's the founder. Met him in March and he heard a lot about me through my boss and was like, hey, like, we have a lot of similarities. And then he's telling me stories about how he used to train and hoop in basketball leagues with Jadakiss out in New York. And I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. Yeah. So like for each brand I work with, like I gave the owners signed copies of the book. And this dropped August 28th of 2024. And the book is in either 11 or 12 states. So
Okay.
that's like 20-ish
Pretty good.
percent of the nation overall.
Got you a seat right here. We done? Come on in.
So for the audio listeners and people on Instagram Live, the second guest is here. Wreck Money, Reckless, Palm Tree, all that jazz. He's originally from Queens, New York, but now he's based in Southern California, the Inland Empire specifically. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. So the second book is pretty dope, and this is the guy that actually owns Lavish, and
Yes, sir.
also in my second book, The Mission Told Through Poetry, deluxe edition, because you know how rappers drop deluxe albums and whatnot?
Yeah.
So the deluxe edition is like, okay, like this is my deluxe album, if you will. So it's my first and second book put together.
Oh,
And
okay.
the whole collaborating with the clothing brands things, whether on releases or just them supporting the release, he was the first person I thought of out in Southern California. So one out of the two brands. And I published the second book all the way back in 2021. It took, what, years? Well, technically years, since this was all the way in 2021 for you to get your signed copy. So here's your signed copy of the second book.
There you go. We
And
finally
then
got it.
your
Finally.
signed copy of the third
Yeah.
book. So
That's
there
cool.
we go.
Awesome, guys. Well, it is 15 minutes past the hour. If you guys are just tuning in, you listen to Whatever Works on KCAA. Just giving a little quick call. It is a full house today. We got our amazing co-host Kyle here. We got Jay, and we got Reckless, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Reckless, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself for the listeners out here?
Sure. I mean, you can follow me on Instagram. Yeah, let me get the mic. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Wreck Money Baby, ITSRECKMONEIBABY. I just put out a single. It's called Type Shit. I think we might play it later. I'm not
Yeah.
really too sure, but yeah, you know, go get that. I'm originally from Queens, New York. Been there all my life. Moved out here literally during COVID. Like nobody on the road, nothing. Packed all my stuff up. Moved from New York all the way to California. I mean, I'm just here to, do my thing. Like I love the weather out here.
Yeah.
I mean, the music scene out here is crazy. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like I feel like I've done basically almost all I could do in New York, and you know, it's just time to take my talents elsewhere. Like
Right.
LeBron, I had LeBron be saying. So yeah, that's it, man.
So you
Like,
said I'm gonna take my talents from New York to go to
Yeah.
Cali.
yeah, man,
Wow.
Hollywood, try to make
Yeah.
it big, chase my dreams for real.
There you go.
New York,
Yeah.
I mean, New York, you basically start at the bottom, and then I did a couple showcases out there, and then I just felt like it started getting stale to me. It started getting
Okay.
stale to me. So I needed some, fresh faces, different connections I can make, possibly things like that to, try to further my progression. Since I've been out here, like studio I go to, my engineer, he's real dope. My barber that I go to actually produces. Like I just been finding a lot more connections easier out here than I was in New York.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
So yeah, it was just a lot.
Okay, so I got a question for you.
Sure.
So like with your music, like growing up in New York, like all the people that you look up to through your rap, how have you been able to translate that to West Coast music?
Honestly, I'm not one of those people to transplant my style
Okay.
and become like a West Coast artist. I'm not a West Coast artist.
Right,
Like,
okay.
I'm not here to fake the funk. I'm still a New York artist. Apparently people say I still have my accent. I don't really hear it, but that's different for me. But yeah, I'm not coming out here to be a West Coast artist. So
Okay.
things like when the Dodgers won the World Series against the Yankees, of course my team lost. I wasn't gonna go to the parade. It's not for me.
Right.
When Kendrick did the pop out, I wasn't gonna go. It's not for me. Like,
Okay.
And when he did his Christmas thing, also it's just like I didn't want to be that guy to be like a bandwagon. So I definitely cheer from the sidelines. I have nothing against people from the West Coast, but I just didn't want to come here acting like, oh, this is me, even though
okay.
I'm not from here.
Gotcha.
But I'm with everything. Like
Right.
they do it out here, I'm with it all. But it's just not. I just feel like I would be a part of a celebration that's not meant for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just like I celebrate it. It's cool, but it's just not for me. I just feel like maybe me bringing my New York style out here is more like seasoning the soup.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to
got
be
what you
another
mean.
chef in the kitchen.
Right.
I wanted to, help season the soup because a lot of people like different things. So
Right.
I wasn't gonna come out here and just start, rapping West Coast and things of that nature. It's just not. It's not me. It'll be
Right,
fake,
okay.
basically.
I respect that a lot, by the
Yeah.
way. I like
Yeah,
how
that's-
like you still cheer on the other
Yeah,
side,
of
but
course.
it's not you.
Yeah.
You know. And-
Yeah, it's not my trophy to help hold up, but I will, be in the audience and I will clap along because
Yeah.
when you deserve it, you deserve it.
So do you like West Coast music better than East Coast, or what's the differences? Like, what do you like more? Like, have you experienced enough to like really, not like obviously you're a New Yorker, right? So you have that by heart, but like some people from the West Coast, they like East Coast music. They
Yeah.
like East Coast hip hop more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I like West Coast music too. I don't think I like it more than East Coast music, but definitely I do like West Coast music. I mean, I grew up listening to all different kinds of music. So like when I used to listen to Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre heavy. I played them heavy. I love Snoop Dogg. I love Dr. Dre. But I listen to a lot of East Coast music, but then I also listen to down South music. Like, every region had their like Sean
Right.
and like their moment in hip hop, and I was along listening to it. Like I love music. Like I don't really have like a preference except for like hip hop. Like I don't want to listen to something
That's not hip hop.
Exactly. Basically,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I would listen to it, but that's not really what.
That's not you.
Yeah, that's not me. Like I would definitely listen to it. My girl likes to play R&B and stuff like that. But I mean, me on the other hand, I want to listen to some hip hop. Yeah.
Okay. No
that's
matter
me.
no matter what the scene is, you're like, let's put some hip hop on. Like,
Yeah, I mean, unless there used to be like a R&B club that used to come out in New York and stuff like that, and I think they have it out here too. Like I would go to one of those, a little R&B sing along thing, trap karaoke, things like that. Like I would attend things like that, but like to me, like certain R&B music is a little too just slow for me.
I get that.
Yeah, I'm the type of person, put on some rap music, hit the highway going,
Yeah.
more than the speed limit
I'm
should
the same
be.
way.
Things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm actually intrigued in a comment you said earlier because, like, we always hear the Frank Sinatra classic, New York, New York. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere, right? So, you're someone who moved from the mecca of hip hop, if you will,
Definitely.
like the original mecca, to out here. Like, and you say, oh, it's easier to network out here, it's easier to do certain things. Like, what were some of the challenges you had out in New York City compared to like Los Angeles, Inland Empire, even Orange County or San Diego area? Because the West Coast, like, it's not just LA music. Like,
Yeah.
you also have the Bay Area as well. God forbid I like, did not mention him first before all the other regions. But yeah, so like, what were some of the challenges you had in New York City trying to network and trying to make it out there versus out here?
I would say in New York, I mean I love New York. Like that's always gonna be forever be my home. But it's real crabs in the barrel out there. Like
Okay.
if you don't know somebody who knows somebody to get you in, it's like
You're not
if
getting
they
in.
see you getting in, they're gonna try to take you down before you. Things like that. So like it's
So it's a lot more competitive.
yeah, it's super competitive.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's super competitive. Out here, I feel like it's just love. It's all love.
Yeah.
Like somebody knows somebody that knows somebody that could get you on. Like
Right.
this is what I'm saying. Like it's more like a competition friendly. Out there, it's more competition enemy type thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah.
not to comment on some things I see in hip hop, but like there's some, New York rappers that see other New York rappers, and then as soon as they start blowing up, the other one try to put them down, things like that. Females, males, they go for anybody. I see, and I just don't like it. I feel like there's enough room for everybody. Everybody likes somebody music. Like everybody's music is not for everybody, but somebody might like it. So
Yeah, and given that I'm not a musician by any means, I could play a mean lunchroom table, but that's it. As a journalist and publicist like myself, like the one thing that I help artists with is just connecting, but also growing within their sounds. Like in my earlier journalistic days out in Virginia, when I was just covering local people, like I had DJs like send me unreleased mixes, and I used to critique them on their mixes. And then like a year or a few months go by, and I'll get the same DJs like, hey, like you really taught me how to do this, or you really helped me out with that. And especially out here in LA, it's a mixture of what you know and who you know,
who you know,
as
yep.
well.
Yeah.
And that doesn't just apply to music artists. It also applies to people in my position, right? So just constantly having to network and grow. There's more openness out here, and you could literally find a community of your people from where you're from, like out in LA. Like I have a lot of people that moved from my hometown directly to LA, and I'm like, dang, like I remember like I was the first guy that covered you on any platform, and then now you're out here doing remixes with Desto Dub. Shout out Douglas with the exclamation mark at the end, or seeing people like Fly Anakin, Big Kahuna OG, Three-Way Slim, the Mutant Academy Collective. Like I used to cover them early on, and now they was featured in Rolling Stone on New Year's Eve. And I'm like, dang, like I remember like seeing some of these people, but now Mutant Academy's all over like Atlanta, LA, Richmond, et cetera, et cetera. But just running into people that I came up with in my city and finding those same people, like not just from Richmond, but Virginia in general. Like we have a cool community out here that's like, hey, I remember we used to be out in Norfolk or Dumfries or Alexandria, Richmond, Chesterfield, etc. And now we're here like making these dreams happen on a bigger level.
Right.
I like how we're basically this first half of the segment we're talking about like transitioning, because in the book on page 5, it's called The Start. You mind if I read it real quick, and then you can talk about it?
Sure, because page 4, the first poem of the book is called The End, and it's very dark, even though it's a 5-line poem.
Yeah, but the start I like, and I like how we're talking about, we're starting fresh doing this, and this is page 5, The Start. Endings are also beginnings. You finish one book, you start a new book. You die in one life, you reincarnate in the next. Get your heart broken by a woman, learn how to love again with another. Get laid off by one job, start a new one. Burn through one joint, roll another. Finish one drink, make another. Take a risk, then take another. Accomplish one goal, start another. The journey never ends, we just move one step at a time. And I read this right before the show started. I was like, yeah, that's really cool. Like, I want to bring it up. I want to, talk about it. And then here we are talking about, like you left New York to go to California, bro. That's one end to a new beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I like how it all like ties together.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. We do have one of your songs uploaded, ready to go, but we're not going to play until after the break because we only have 5 more minutes anyways before the break comes on. But does anyone want to say anything before we go on break, before we start moving on to another subject?
I don't mind.
You move
Like,
on.
I don't have anything.
Yeah.
What about you, Kyle?
No, I think we're good. You know, I think this is I was kind of skimming through it, and and I don't know if you knew this, but I used to write poetry in high school,
Oh, nice.
and I just never did anything with it. But it's kind of inspiring me to write again a little bit. And I've been in the music industry. This year will be 10 years. Minus COVID. Just to tell you guys my story, you know a little bit.
Yeah.
I started off as a bouncer at Clash City and moved my way up to stage management, and now I co-run the business on the road. So I've seen thousands of artists tell thousands of stories, and poetry. There was a guy, and I wish you guys would have met him. His name was Faja.
Oh, I know who you're exactly
Yeah.
talking about. Like, a lot of people in the community bring him up often.
And you guys would have loved him because he did poetry, but he did his poetry in raps. So he would write poetry, and then he would rap on the side, kind of like as a side thing. But he kind of blew up a little bit around our community because of how much he wrote poems. Unfortunately, 2019 on Halloween, he was hit and killed by a semi, a drunk driver, semi. Actually down the street.
A semi driver was a drunk driver?
Yeah.
Oh,
Jeez, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
that's the end of his CDO.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
Gone.
I'm going to take her
so-
driver's license.
Yeah,
away,
it
bro.
happened on the corner of Palm and Fifth.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
And
right there.
That's right there.
That's right
Yeah.
there, literally.
Yeah, so you guys will love them, but seeing this stuff gives me hope because it's like some of that memory lives on, but it's also through other people who talk about their stories and talk about their poems, and so and that's pretty much everything that he was about. He was helping everyone get to where they needed to go. That's everything Clash City means too. So I'm very eager to read the poem and go from there.
See, what I like about poems and music is that you really start to like understand someone's mind. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
they're literally putting it on paper. They're recording themselves. Like their thoughts, their emotions, and everything. And you can tell, especially if it's like a real song, not just like something that they're just trying to like pop off on, like what's going on in their like daily life. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to hear one of your songs. I never heard any of your songs before.
Yeah.
Which one did you send in?
I sent the newest single. It's called Type Shit. It came out January 3rd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's radio friendly, right?
Yes. it
Okay,
is.
cool.
That's just the name of the.
Because the title, you know.
Yeah, title.
That's cool. That's fine. I like it. He cut it off. I feel like you give me what's his name, bro? Big Papa.
Oh, Biggie.
Biggie, bro. You give me Biggie vibes.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
crazy.
once I hear your music,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. The type of music you produce.
That might just be the New York part.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just might be the New York part. Yeah.
That's crazy. You
I
ever
don't-
get girls like comment on your accent and stuff, or like people ask you like
Yes.
where you from all the time?
Yes.
Yeah.
All the time. You're not from here, right? Starbucks and all types of places.
Starbucks, yeah.
Where you from? Like,
You're
yeah, I
"Are you
get that a
supposed to be
lot.
asking
Get that
my
a lot.
name? What do you mean?"
Yeah.
Not where I'm from. Like, what's my name? You know. That's cool. Does that give you more like confidence? Because that makes you stand out a little.
Yeah,
bit.
it
That
does.
gives- Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely makes you stand out a lot. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it gives me more confidence. I feel like I'm already super confident, maybe too confident, but I mean, I'm not the type of person to just like be like, I'm gonna just accept it for what it is. Like, if I feel like I could change it or make a difference, then I'm probably gonna do that. Honestly,
Do you like your accent, or do you wish you?
I don't hear an accent.
Okay.
I
so-
don't. Everybody else hears it. Just last night, somebody commented on the way I say water because
okay.
people say it differently
Water.
out here. It's
Yeah.
water, yeah, like
Yeah.
and so they're like, what do you mean?
Like how like you talk sounds normal to me because
Yeah.
like Virginia and New York, we have this crazy relationship where like people will either move down to Virginia or up to New York like Pusha T and No Malice, like they were actually born in Brooklyn, but at like 4.5 years old, like they moved down to Virginia. Then I have relatives from Virginia that moved up to like Crown Heights, Washington Heights, out in New York, and it's like the accent. I'm like, okay, like this sounds normal to me, but then it's just funny to hear like people trip out about it.
They definitely trip out about it.
I think it's an advantage, to be honest. Like
Yeah,
you're
for
talking
sure.
about like seasoning in the soup, bro. Like that's definitely adding some flavor.
Yeah.
You know, to like the West Coast like vibe and everything. So
Yeah, I like that.
that's cool, man. All right, you guys. It is the bottom half of the hour. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break, but when we come back, we're gonna hear one of Reckless's songs. We're gonna continue looking at the poem, and then anything else that we want to go through for the next half hour. You guys listening to Whatever Works on KCAA, 1050 AM and Express 106.5 FM. I'm your host, Sam Works,
I'm Kyle Kerrigan.
and we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in Durga, walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best.
A farmer was asked what he'd do if he won $1 million lottery. Well, he said, I guess I'd just keep farming till the money runs out. Trying to make a living as a farmer is not for the faint-hearted. You have to take out high-interest loans from cold-eyed bankers to put in a crop and buy supplies. Then you're at the mercy of everything from bugs to monopolistic middlemen. And here's a cruel twist. If you defy the odds and produce a great crop, you lose money. This is happening right now. With unusually good weather this year, corn and soybean harvests are expected to set records. But this abundance creates a market glut, allowing middlemen to knock down prices paid to farmers. A bushel of Illinois corn, for example, costs farmers $4.30 to produce, but they're only getting $3.70 for it. Meanwhile, the cost of such basics as seed, fertilizer, and tractors are skyrocketing. Those high costs, coupled with low crop prices, means that farmers' income is expected to drop by 25% this year. This good crop, bad price phenomenon might seem ironic, but it's deliberate, an inevitable product of America's perverse agricultural policy that pushes farmers to overproduce in order to keep commodity prices low for giant processors and retailers. Little-known fact, our national farm policy is not written by farmers, but by corporate lobbyists, lawyers, and economists, people who could not run a watermelon stand if we gave them the melons and had the highway patrol flag down the customers for them. This is Jim Hightower saying that has got to change. To join an effort to demand a farm bill written by and for farmers, consumers, workers, and our environment, go to farmaid.org/take-action. The Hightower Radio Lowdown is made possible by you subscribers to Jim Hightower's Lowdown on Substack. Find us at jimhightower.substack.com.
And now, the voices of KCAA with an exciting announcement.
Want to hear NBC News or KCAA anywhere you go? Well, now there's an app for that.
KCAA is celebrating 25 years and our silver anniversary with a brand new app.
The new KCAA app is now available on your smart device, cell phone, in your car, or any place.
Just search KCAA on Google Play or in the Apple Store.
One touch and you can listen on your car radio, Bluetooth device, Android Auto, or Apple CarPlay.
Catch the KCAA buzz in your earbuds or on the streets, celebrating 25 years of talk, news, and excellence with our new KCAA app.
Just do it and download it.
KCAA, celebrating 25 years.
In these trying times, many people are depressed and lost because the future of our society is up in the air. If you're turning to substance abuse because you're feeling there is no hope, we have a way for you to see the light. SAD, or Stop Abusing Drugs, is a nonprofit organization that will help you at no cost to you stop abusing drugs. Founded by Tony Navarchi, SAD will refer you to the top detox doctors in your area. SAD will pay every and any cost for you, including doctor visits, counseling, and medications. If you need help, SAD is there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you or a loved one needs help, or if you have a suggestion or idea for Tony, you can reach out to him by calling 844-493-3939 844-493-3386. That's 844-493-3386. Or email Tony at tony@saddetox.com. That's Tony at saddetox.com.
Hey, Southern California, you know what's going on. It's my new hit show, The Scene with Doreen, and I'm your host, Doreen Taylor. Join me every week as I chat with my celebrity friends from TV, movies, music, theater, sports, and everything in between. We explore the lives and careers of some of the entertainment industry's biggest names, with some fun surprises, too. Tune in to The Scene with Doreen Tuesdays at 7 a.m. on KCAA Radio, 1050 a.m.
Feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best.
Welcome back, everybody. Happy Sunday. You're listening to Whatever Works on KCAA 1050 AM and Express 106.5 FM. I'm your host, Sam Works.
I'm Kyle Kerrigan.
Jay Guevara.
And it's your boy Reckless.
It's your boy Reckless. I like that.
Yes, sir.
And, something that we didn't do, which we do every time before or when we start the show, is our sponsors, bro.
The sponsors.
Let's do our sponsors.
SNJRadio.com. No negative news, no politics, just feel good music. And Class City Entertainment, your local stop for local entertainment.
There you go. And shout out to West Coast Solar Cleaning. If you guys have solar panels on your roofs and you got to get them clean, you can give them a call. People are calling West Coast Solar Cleaning at 909-769-6220. Save money, save energy, West Coast Solar Cleaning. And also, it's your boy, Sam, bro. I'm a realtor, right? So if you guys have any questions, if you guys are looking to buy or sell here in California, even out of state, please give me a call. Let me know. You guys know where to reach me.
Also, real quick, what you got going on next month?
So next month I'm actually going to be doing a real estate seminar. A lot of people are in the market. Everyone's been waiting. I don't know what they're waiting for. You know what I mean? But everyone's waiting. So I'm doing a seminar to educate the people, to answer any questions they may have, and just kind of let them know that it's not just me here to help you. I have a whole team with me, loan officers, title companies, all that good stuff. So it's going to be a really good one. It's going to be next month, February the 22nd, which is a Saturday, from like 10 to 11. It's going to be real good. But enough of me. Let's talk about Reckless and Jay here. They paid for the hour. No, I'm just kidding. Reckless is like, wait, what? He's like,
we're paying with our time.
Yeah, paying with your time. We do have a song queued up. This is a Reckless song. If we said the title, he's gonna bleep it out anyways.
Yeah.
But
So it's Type-ish.
there,
Type-ish.
yeah.
I mean,
Fill in the blank. You know what I mean?
Fill in the blank. You get it.
Yeah.
You get it.
He's out here from New York. He's putting in some seasoning in the soup here on the West Coast. So, yeah, super excited to hear it. You said it came out
January 3rd.
January 3rd. So this is one of your new ones, huh?
Yeah, this is the newest one.
Wow.
Newest one. There you
newest
go.
one.
I like to hear that. Well, we have it queued up, so let's give it a shot. Go ahead, Joe. You can play it. And Type-ish. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm the bomb like ISIS. Wreck money, lay it down, you know you gon' like it. Set the kind of vibe you can share with your white friends. Nike on my body, check down like the Titan. In the party with the tens, I see like the Titans. Wreck when the Dave D beat, it's the right man. Swear to God, I've been told you I'm the nicest. And the flyest like I'm buying Delta and United type shit. You know I'm getting busy, better bite this. Left-handed man, and y'all can never write this. It's really mid, I don't know what the hype is. Type shit. Get with it, I'm sick and you know I ain't got a hater faking cool clothes. You wanna kick it with me like judo. You ain't gotta watch to really see who blow. Type shit. Type shit. Type shit. You said I'm a vibe and she like it. Type shit. Type shit. Type shit. You said I'm a mood and she like it. Now tell them why you mad at me. Put me on whatever, it's a smash you see. You I get it buzzing like 1,000 bees. It's really going down like writing Japanese. Say they ill, stop capping, please. I'm on. If you asking me, type shit. Your baby mama finna like this. Playing in the V with the kids and they vibing. So smooth, it should come with a line dance. So let me on the track. If you don't want it, hijack. Wreck money, put the word out that I'm back. Type shit. Yeah, I know they gon' like that. Get weird, I'm sick and you know. And I ain't gotta hate or fake it, cool clothes. You wanna kick it with me like judo. You ain't gotta watch to really see you blow. Type shit. Type shit. Type shit. Yeah, said I'm a vibe and she like it. Type shit. Type shit. Type shit. Yeah, said I'm a mood and she like it. Type shit. Type shit. Type shit. Yeah, said I'm a vibe and she like it. Type shit. Type shit. Type shit. Yeah, said I'm a mood and she like it.
That was good. I like that. I like that.
appreciate it.
Yeah, that was like
Yeah, I appreciate it. That's available everywhere.
that. Yeah, it's like being in the club in the 2000s.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah. See, that's the thing. Because since I grew up in that era, basically, I'm not into this new rap, blah 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 mumble stuff that they be doing. Like I still keep it, the music that people like.
Yeah.
That's available everywhere. You go on Spotify. You go on Apple Music, you go on Tidal. It's RECKLE $2. So it's SS $2 at the end. You can't miss it. It's the first song on the list. I got plenty of more music if you want to listen to it. I mean, I've been putting out music. I'm not going to stop putting out music. I mean, I'm only just going to get better from here, honestly.
All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. Probably one of the better songs we had on the show. I'm not gonna lie. I
appreciate that.
I really mess with that vibe.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Shout out to my guy Dave D. He did the beat. That's the
Okay.
studio I go to. It's my engineer. At first, when he first heard me wanting to take that beat, he was like, "No way!" But I mean, shout out to my guy Dave D.
No, because that was like once I heard the beat started going, like dropping, I was like, "That's aggressive. I like it." I was like, "Okay." Like, plus, talking to you before, like I didn't know what you're gonna sound like, but I know your voice, so I was like, "It's gonna be good." I was like, I was digging it.
Do you guys ever play the game Midnight Club 3?
Yes, double edition.
Yes.
See, I have that song playing in my head when I play that game. that's the type of vibe.
Get it, shot. No, that was good.
That
That was
sample,
good.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, what'd you think? It was good.
Yeah,
I like that. I like to
If
hear
he
that.
said it's good, that means it's great, bro.
Yeah. I appreciate.
He's a very
that,
humble
man.
guy, so
I appreciate that. Man.
yeah,
I
that
really
was,
do.
I like that. I'll probably listen to it again on my way home.
Yeah, I mean, I'll send you the link if you need it.
Yeah,
if
send
not,
me the
you can
link for
look
sure.
it up. I mean, it's there. It's there.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get in to like what's your end goal of all this? You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to make it to the top?
I'm not really. I mean, that's not really my thing.
Yeah.
Like,
What's your style? What's your style?
See, I don't want to say nothing that might offend somebody, but let's put it this way. Let's call it a high to mid-level artist. I want to be able to perform constantly for people who actually like my music. I mean, I'm not trying to fake no funk or nothing, like bot no streams or anything like that. Like, I'm not trying to like sit above the throne, but like if I'm called upon, I might, have to do something to somebody. But other than that, I mean, like, because I'm really great with my pen. I'm really great with the pen. I mean, I just want to be out there, doing the thing I want to do. I like performing. I haven't performed in a while since COVID, but now that I'm out here, I'm hoping to get back in the swing of things, start finding some.
Have you ever performed out here?
No, not yet. Because I moved out here, it was COVID.
Yeah.
So in the midst of that, it's like ain't nobody open, ain't nobody trying to hear somebody like rap with a mask on their face. Like,
I mean, maybe. No, just kidding.
I haven't performed out here yet, but I'm hoping to,
Well, my business is booking this year, so I'll definitely be hitting you up.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do, because I mean, I think people need to hear it now. Like, I feel like at first I was doing music for fun because I was good at it, and now it's like I feel like I could really, make something out of it.
What do you want to be known for?
My punchlines. I'm very metaphor heavy. I like to say things that are like, oh shoot, rewind it. You heard what he
Yeah,
said?
go back. Did you hear that?
Yeah, you could match this with that. Like,
you gotta go back. You listen to
that,
the song
my flow.
again.
I mean, hopefully when I start performing, people like my stage presence, because I'm not one of those rappers that sit there and one spot just with the mic in their hand. I mean, I might jump into the audience if
That's
I
good.
mean, like
if they're willing.
I mean, not
Crowd
even
surf.
not to like crowd surf, but to you know how they got the barrier, touch the people, be out there with the people.
Right,
like, if
right,
they know
right.
the song, hand them the mic. Rap along with me, like things like that. Like,
okay.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people that just stay on the stage away from the people. Like, nah, like let's. If
Yeah,
you know the
you have
words,
to create the energy.
yeah. If you know the words, let's sing along. I mean, I'll even give you the mic, bring you on stage, something like that. Like, I mean, I just want to continue to be good at what I'm good at, and be able to show people who's willing to listen or watch that opportunity.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, we used to book an artist called CeeLo G, rest in peace, by the way. He had a song called Psychosis, and it was like a Psycho City Blocks kind of vibe.
Yeah.
He'd jump into the crowd, and people would know they'd go in, and he'd like start two-stepping, throwing, people like get into it, and that's just the crowd that he brought.
Yeah.
Yeah, for that song. People would come for just that song and leave.
Wow.
And then other people will come for the other songs too. So it's bringing two different types of clientele for the same person. I thought it was cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope. Yeah, and the only reason why I asked you that is because even like Hollywood stars, like all these like famous people, like some people dream of that. But like the reality is, like if you ever watch like their interviews and stuff like that, like it's not like the fame is not what it seems to be.
I'm
like.
not necessarily looking for the fame. Like,
You know what I mean?
I don't want to be famous to the point where I can't like go to the grocery store and nothing.
Yeah.
I want to be the guy. Like, if I go to the grocery store, like, oh shoot, it's Reckless. Can I get a picture? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can take a pic. Like, I don't want to be to the point where it's like I can't.
You can't go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be recognized for your music.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And leave it at that.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, because when we were on break, which is funny because I had someone text me, like we left Instagram live on,
Yeah.
right? Which I think is dope. Like when we go on break, because like our conversations on break are totally different than our conversations on the air.
Yeah.
So like Instagram actually gets like a little sneak peek, which is cool. But someone texted me like, you said you're going on break, but you're still on Instagram, and we're talking about when we're on break how like you try to separate artists from like their their Instagram and the things like that. You
the
know what
things
I mean?
they do on a daily basis.
Yeah, because I don't know, it kind of like messes up the whole like stigma of like the artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, especially so for instance, my boy, I love him to death, bro. Kanye West. I love Kanye. I listen to Kanye West music all the time.
Yeah.
But it's just like some things that he do that TMZ catches.
You just
stuff
shouldn't
like
be
that. It's
doing.
just like, bro, come on,
Like,
bro.
come on,
and
dog.
then everybody hitting me up. That's your boy, right? That's your boy. And I just got to stand there like, yeah, that's my guy. Bro.
And
That's my guy.
Like I like his music, but what he does in front of the camera is kind of like
Like that's the one thing I feel like I shouldn't have to know. Like I shouldn't have to know like his personal life and things like that. So when he drops some sneakers, I'm a cop him. When he drops some music, I'm a listen. But like, I don't want to be privy to what problems him and his wife, or him and his ex, or him and whoever has.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I feel like things like that should be private, and TMZ and stuff like that. They put it out there, and it's just like it's
Well,
kinda
that's
rude.
their job too, is to get everyone's lives.
It's just kind of rude. But like,
And I mean, like, small scale, like, that's what this is. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't no TMZ.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, like, Reckless, you're a rapper, but, like, what else? You know what I mean? Like, that's why people do, like, all these interviews. But I think some people just try to get, like, the nasty parts of, of people. And it's like, that's not really... I mean, in the news, they say if it bleeds, it leads. That's why when you watch the news, it's always bad stuff on the news. You know what I mean?
And that's why I stop. You gotta stop. You gotta watch it every now and then, man. I can't take this negativity every day, one day after another.
Bro, it's depressing, dog.
It is.
And then you start making depressing music. It's like
That's not me.
That's good.
can't
That's
do
good. No, I like the energy. Is all your songs like that?
Yeah.
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 That upbeat. That.
Yeah.
That, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, a lot of like aggressive type music, a lot of drums and bass and things like that.
Yeah.
Things like that. That's That's my thing. Like that's basically that would be my rapper personality. Like I'm not gonna lullaby you to death. Like nah, it's not gonna be. I'm not playing no auto tune on my voice. I'm not gonna sing you out the box. Like I'm not doing all that. But if you want to hear some like punchlines, because
if you want to hear some rap, then
exactly. You want to hear some rap? Put me on. Like, I watch battle rap and stuff like that too. So things of that nature, I'd like soak that in and things like that. Yeah. So that's just really big on, I guess, my like rapper personality. I'm real lyric heavy. I like vibe music, something that you can, get a little two-step to, something that, you can just play around like your peoples and just catch a vibe and things like that.
Are you one of those guys who like, because I know Jay Kasai, he was talking about it a couple episodes ago, like his homie, they'll go live and his homie will make a beat and then within like 15 minutes and then within that 15 minutes you got to come up with something and it's live. Like, are you the type who like needs time to like write down and like go back,
nah.
or you can freestyle?
Nah,
just off
when
the
I
top?
heard that beat for the first time, I think I wrote the song and told him the next day, like, yo, I'm coming to the studio to record it.
Oh,
like I was at work when I got the beat from him, and I was just writing.
You're like,
it.
it's too hot. It's too hot to beat, huh?
Yeah, like if the beat is real good, I could probably get to it right away.
Yeah,
right away. But like when I'm working on my music, because I also produce, when I work on beats and things like that, usually come up with the melody, and once I got the melody, everything else just follows after. Like I could just already understand like which direction I'm going.
Jay, have you ever helped rappers write like with like lyrics and stuff, like help them put stuff together?
Got you like ghostwrite?
Actually, no. So like in the
thought of
aspects
that?
of writing, no. Like I thought about it. Like I'm open to it, but just ghostwriting, no. Now I had people send me unreleased tracks, like before I was in PR and during like my time as a publicist, where I had to give feedback. Like I also mentioned earlier, like how DJs would send me unreleased mixes and I would provide critiques on them. I did that especially a lot during my journalistic career back in Virginia. So yeah, just hadn't really ghost wrote for anyone. I had people ask me to do poetry interludes for their albums, like whether it's Sonny Colfax, a former Smack URL battle rapper, or various artists in Virginia, or this guy.
Yes, sir.
Or
I was waiting for him to say that.
Yeah, he was like, you gonna mention me or what?
Yeah, and it's actually funny because the poem I wrote for your upcoming project is actually in the newest book. So yeah, and other artists out here also asked me to write poems for them for their albums and things like that. I'm also very influenced by battle rap early on. Richmond, Virginia was a hub for Smack URL events a lot in the late 2010s, and various URL battle rappers like Moon and Madface from Richmond, Virginia, not the Madface from Philly, and Jack Boy Maine, like, and Radio B, they all came up from Richmond, Virginia. So, and I used to do press for various battle rap leagues as well. So I just always been around it. Been writing poetry since 2008 though. Got into music for like 2 years, 2.5 years, 2013 to 2016, dropped 6 mixtapes. Took them all down on SoundCloud in 2018. And once I stopped writing music, that was when I started getting into journalism. And I talked about this on our very first interview all the way back in 2022. When you start seeing good favor within an avenue, that's your sign to keep doing it, like you're on the right path. And many doors opened up for me more as a journalist than a musician. And that eventually led me to my public relations gig and me landing major interviews. But my social media, everything just in his prime on all social media.
And what about you?
Yes, sir. You catch me on Instagram. It's Rec Money Baby. ITSRECKMONEIBABY.
All right, you
all
guys.
platforms. Records. $2 signs at the end.
Yeah, $2 signs, guys. All right,
Yes,
you
sir.
guys, listen to whatever works. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Till next week, we'll have another guest. I'm Sam Works.
I'm Kyle Kerrigan.
Jay Guevara.
And this your boy Reckless.
Happy Sunday, guys. See you next time.
despite the challenge. All you gotta do is leave it better than you found it. It's gonna get difficult to stand, but hold your balance. I just say whatever, cause there is no way you'll.
The most diversified radio station on the dial, KCAA.
This segment brought to you by Christmas and the Fat Greek in Yucaipa. Still have some Christmas shopping or gifts to buy for that special person, business associate, or friend? Nothing says love like a Fat Greek food certificate. Nick, Chris, and their families at the Fat Greek want you to know about their holiday gift certificates and how you can also get whole holiday meals for the family or friends too. Quick, easy, and affordable. And you get money back